Hello, and today I'm going to be talking about the lottery system and the subsequent effects on education in China. So, in 2018, a new system was introduced here in China that would discontinue testing to allow students to attend a school. And the new law is known as the lottery system, which students who wish to attend a preferred school would need to be selected via a random lottery draw. Now, the purpose of this was to create a fair admissions process, um, allow for random selection, and for equal opportunity. So, students from all sorts of socioeconomic levels and social levels would be able to go to the schools that they would like to go to. One of the studies I looked at was the distributional effects of introducing a lottery system in school assignment rule. This is from a Beijing experiment. And what they found is a huge impact on the prices of housing near certain school districts. So, school districts that were in higher demand, the price of those houses started to increase drastically, which created a situation in which people from a lower socioeconomic level would not be able to attend these schools because they wouldn't be able to afford a house, or they would have to travel a very long distance. Another one of the studies I looked at was a comparison of the examination policy and the lottery policy in entering schools. Now, this mainly focused in Xi'an and Shanghai. Shanghai is where I am located. So for today, what I'm mainly going to look at is the impacts that this has had on teachers, students, and the daily functions of schools. So the lottery system in Chinese schools had several effects on teachers. Okay, this is just teachers. This is increased competition. So the teachers feel that the pressure to attract applicants, because the lottery system is basically a system that they are randomly selected, but then they get to choose. Job security and mobility. Now, teachers who are already in a very high first choice school, they feel that their job security is perfectly fine. They don't have to perform at a level that maybe teachers who are at a lower level school would have to perform at. Resource allocation. Now, schools with higher numbers of applicants are going to get more aid from the systems that do give them aid. The teaching focus. Now, the teaching focus is going to change. We want students who are all attending the highest universities, because then that is now going to be the school that all students select. Student diversity is going to change drastically as well. No longer do we have students who are geared towards a certain field or geared towards a certain place, but we're going to have students from all levels. Stress and burnout. Now, the pressure on the teachers increases drastically. That leads to stress and burnout. Now, the impact that we can see on students is a little bit less than the impact on teachers. Students and parents feel less pressure. Now, instead of having to prepare themselves for a test to get into a specific school that they want to get into, now they don't have to worry. It's all based on luck. The impact on the school functioning. So the school functioning is going to have a change as well. Before, a private school was going to have better hardware, better facilities, better teachers. The quality of the students is now in the private sector going to be very polarized, whereas before it was pretty relative and balanced in the public school. So this is after the lottery system. The citation for this and the previous page are at the very bottom, and they're from that study. Now here we can look, here's some positive outcomes. Having a diverse student body. Now, diverse student body can be positive or negative. Reduction of corruption. I think that's an excellent thing. It's not about who you know anymore. You cannot just secretly get into the school by passing a test through who you know. Decreased stress on students. Another good thing. Here's a study from New York in 2007 about a new admission system. So they said that after reshuffling the qualities of students, now after a while, the schools have to perform at a higher level to attract students. No longer can schools be complacent. So that could be a positive effect of this lottery system. Now, the negative outcomes. Increased pressure on teachers, okay? The more we increase the pressure on teachers, I think that the more negative outcomes we're going to have with students as well. Also, with a lottery system, you might have students who do not speak English, but now they're in a half English speaking school. Also, you might have very low-level students not really receiving the level of education or level of care that is needed for them. So conclusions from my experience. The ladder system has been in effect for 5 years at the school I currently work at. It's mostly created a negative impact upon the teachers and the students within the school. There are higher instances of special needs students, which the school does not have the capability to address. This therefore leads to teacher burnout. The students who have no prior experience speaking English often fall behind and are not able to catch up. Final thoughts before we move on. Before, with the system which would incentivize students to become high achievers by ending up in better education systems, now students feel complacent as well as the parents. It is no longer a system that rewards merit, but a system that is built upon luck. This in turn actively discourages higher achievement when it will not guarantee success. Here are some of the educational journals and papers that I had drawn some inspiration from to develop some of my ideas. And thank you very much.